Game Demo!
Hey everyone, and welcome to our daily demo. I'm joined by Kevin Van Ord, who's here to show us Catherine.
Hello, Sophia.
Hi, Kevin. Now, okay, so if anyone was paying attention to TGS last year, Catherine was this interesting game that involves sheep.
It involves sheep. There are lots of sheep in this game.
Among other things.
It involves puzzles. It's essentially a puzzle game. This is from the Persona team. So you may not be expecting something quite like what we have here. Now this is the PS3 version. This is an import copy of the PS3 version. This is a full game. I've had it for about a week, but I haven't had any time to play it. And so finally last night I sat down to play, and it's really, really intriguing, so I wanted to bring it in and show it off on the show a little bit, because I think it's really beautiful to look at and beautiful to listen to. So here we are on the opening screen. The story mode is called Golden Theater, so I'm just going to choose that. And we're just going to start a new game from the beginning, because I played it on my home console last night, so I don't have a save game here at work. So we'll start.
Normal.
Now, this is really interesting because the game is hard.
Yeah.
So I recommend anybody that's potentially looking to import it. It is coming out this year in the States, but if you're looking to import it, you might want to try easy first. I'm gonna start on normal.
And I'm impressed, Kevin, because you don't read Japanese.
No, I don't.
And we don't have to catch you here to explain it.
Yeah, I did a little
research.
I did a little research. I kind of know what's going on. But I wanted to show off the cutscenes and the art even before we get to gameplay, because I think this game looks utterly fantastic.
Yeah. Is this similar to the Persona art style?
Yeah, and here this is interesting because this is all imagery from previous Persona games. So they kind of start, by pulling, reaching out to fans of the developer and saying, hey, here's some fan service for you.
Yeah, they do have their own unique art style.
Well, this isn't really indicative of the art that comes. You'll see what I mean. It's essentially an opening that it's kind of like welcoming you to, hey, here's our show for tonight, and what follows is our story. So I love this character. This kind of think of her as Catherine's version of Elvira. This is Midnight Venus.
She's got big hair.
Yeah, and she's here to basically introduce us to the story and say, for tonight's story, we're going to follow Catherine. So she's essentially here to say, welcome us, say, have you ever had a dream, about falling and that kind of thing, and tonight we're going to bring you a horror love story, because what things go together better than horror and love?
Oh my. Yeah, from the trailer last year. Yeah, I remember this part.
Now you'll meet this character soon enough, but this is you see Vincent here. You'll see some really interesting imagery in this game anyway. There is lots of screaming coming.
Yeah.
By the way, Vincent does a lot of screaming.
It is a horror game, right?
Yes.
With love. Now explain Catherine. Who is this Catherine?
Well, Catherine is Vincent's girlfriend.
Catherine with a
Catherine with a K.
Yeah.
Now you'll notice that the game's name is Catherine with a C. There is a character called Catherine with a C, but I don't really want to give away too much yet. Part of that is because I don't really know yet everything that's going on. Yeah. But this is a nice close-up of Vincent. And there we go. This is Catherine, the girlfriend. She's basically saying to him, hey, are you all right? You look like you're lost in daydreams. And he's like, yeah, I'm all right. Had a lot on my mind.
Yeah, he looks horrified.
Yeah, he's in pretty rough shape. And now, of course, we have the opening credits. This is, I'll skip past this in just a second, but I love the music so much that I wanted to let it play for just a couple seconds because I really, really, really like the music. And I also think this gives you a chance to see the art too, because I think the art is really great so far.
It looks great so far.
Catherine. But I'll go ahead and skip that.
So this is exciting, coming out later this year, possibly in July.
Yeah, it's kind of sad because the last game that I imported was also from Alice, and that was Demon Souls, which had the Chinese version had full English in it.
Oh, here's Vincent.
So here we go. Vincent.
Nice boxers.
Yeah, he's holding a pillow. He's got some ram's horns there. It's like, what is going on? He's locked in. What the heck is happening here? I'll explain a little more in a second, but first we have to actually see our first tidbit of gameplay.
Okay.
This is the opening puzzle. Catherine is a puzzle game, not the RPG you might be expecting from this developer.
Oh, weird. So this is the gameplay part of it.
Yeah, this is the gameplay part of it. Notice the Holst music in the background from the planets.
Yeah.
Great. So yeah, it's basically explaining to you that you need to climb and you use the D-pad to climb.
Like
So
those
here's
Japanese game
Vincent.
shows.
Yeah. So we are going to climb. Now you can only climb one block up at a time.
Right.
Now the game is going to tell us something very, very important, which is that you can push blocks around. Yeah, you can pull and push blocks around. And this becomes really important. For example, when I want to do something like that.
Oh, and you're on a timer?
I am on a timer.
Oh, and you're trying to get to the next pillow?
Yeah. Well, here's what a pillow is. The game is very trial and error based.
Yeah.
Pillows are continues.
Oh, okay.
So, if you lose the where you are, then a pillow gives you a chance to continue.
Oh, kind of like a checkpoint, I guess? Ooh. The music, it's so, I don't know.
It's really great. Now, what this is basically telling is you have to be careful when you push a block away, because you can cause a problem where blocks above collapse and essentially cause you to not be able to finish the puzzle and die. So it's basically saying here, try to, for now, try to focus on pulling blocks only.
Pulling blocks, okay. So bizarre. Like how he's struggling, he's in his boxers, he has a pillow.
Yeah, I mean...
And he's got horns.
Yeah, I mean, because basically what's happening is the puzzle beneath is falling away. Yeah. Every layer falls underneath you, so you're under a timer. You have to get to the top of the tower before it collapses. Now this here is essentially telling us, I keep saying essentially and basically, I'm just going to say it is telling us about the edge system, which is as long as a block that's above is still attached on the edge of a block that's beneath, it still will not collapse.
Okay.
So you see, like in the diagram at the top right, that block there is still attached to the block beneath, so it will not fall when it's in that kind of circumstance. And that's very important.
Well, you must have done a lot of research, because there's no way I could have done any of that just by trial and error.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's pretty tense watching you play this.
Yeah, you haven't seen anything. This is just the opening puzzle. So there's a...
Yeah, you're on a
timer. You can't climb up
in
certain circumstances, like because it's kind of hard to explain, but because of the way you fall and you have to scale along the ledge, you have to be conscious of that, because like you can only climb up to a surface above. You can't climb up like your Prince of Persia up to the next block.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. And this is basically saying, you can create steps. And it's always showing you a sheep in the diagram. Sheep are a very important part of Catherine. It's kind of down to that,
I'm wondering what role the sheep plays.
Well, we've all, had to count sheep in our sleep. So when it comes to sleep and dreams and things...
That doesn't work for me. I never understood that.
Well, it doesn't work for Vincent either, as it turns out. He dreams of sheep, but I don't think he's getting much rest in these dreams. And in case we didn't mention, this is a dream. I wanted to kind of let that be and let that be a surprise. Now, these blocks you cannot pull out. See, I try to pull it and I can't pull out.
His animations are funny too. He's like scrambling.
Yeah, it's very interesting to watch this game. Because I definitely feel stressed when I watch him move around, because he's very
like
panicked.
Panicky, and he's in his underwear, he's got horns. So weird.
Now, it is a puzzle game, obviously, so there you do earn different different medals based on how well you do, like bronze, silver, and gold.
survived.
So, my goal was only to get through and show the game as opposed to like hurry and go through it because you get, the faster you get through it, the more bonuses you get.
Gotcha. Well,
So
good
that's-
job.
that's-
You made
That's
it.
bronze medal.
All right, great.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for researching into it and showing us the game.
My pleasure. It's interesting. It gets a lot harder.
Yeah.
After the first few puzzles. So if you're looking for a challenge, this is definitely something to look at. But if you're not sure about it, if you don't read the language, if you don't understand what's going on, probably better to
tough.
wait till later in the year.
Yeah. So when is it going to come out and what platform?
I believe it's in July, and it's multi-platform for Xbox 360 and PS3.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
And that was our look at Catherine. Now on with the rest of the show.